Hey, SNA assassinators. Hopefully, I wasn't out for long. Like the webcam ended the stream. I don't know why was the reason, but I'm back here with the second clip of the AEW Dynamite review on August 7th. But as I was saying before that interrupted yours truly, but yeah, Dax Hall was hitting some knife edge chops like so loud to the point Gunther must have heard this somewhere in the East Coast where he's getting prepared for next week's Raw, like where he prepares to take on the Viper at the end of the month in Bash in Berlin. But yeah, he said he's definitely getting the number one spot, and he's going to remember this time. And maybe like since that Randy Orton had a short alliance with these guys, like he's gonna use them as a warm up chop and try to tear the Viper up. Let's hope that won't be the case though. But this is where we got Dax Harwood tags in Cash Wheeler. This is where they did a double team on the what's his name, Roderick Strong. This is where he Irish whip out of a Irish, what's that counter out of this Irish into Cash Wheeler instead. This is where he tried to go for that maneuver that Cody Rhodes does, like with a roll up. But that's where we got what's his name? Cash Wheeler gets the kick out by Roderick Strong. But as soon as Roddy got back up, he hits a knee strike or attempt to go for a knee strike onto the Cash Wheeler, but he moved right out of the way. He tags in Uncle Dax the Axe, start hitting some striking jabs, like, and it's a big right hand. This is where he hits another one right onto Beast Mortos. This is where Roosh try to come in and attack him, but this is where he gets struck with a right hand. This is where then we got Dax Harwood hitting some knife edge chops, continuing to be in the number one spot at the MV list, while what's his name gets number 2, Roderick Strong. This is where Roosh slaps him upside the head. This is where we got. This is where they try to go for a wrist lock on Uncle Dax the Axe, but this is where Dax. This is where then Dax the Axe then did a wrist lock into a clothesline. This is where he tried. This is where we got Dax Harwood, then Irish whip Beast Mortos right into the upper right side. But this is where we got Beast Mortos, then counter, try Irish whip him instead. But this is where Dax Harwood grab onto his arm, try to go for a clothesline, but he ducks. This is where he try to run up onto the axe, but this is where it gets intercepted with a big pop-up spine buster. But this is where we got Roderick Strong to try to intercept or fumble and throw what's his name? Dax Harwood right into the right side. This is where he bowed his head. That was a huge mistake from the leader of the Undisputed Kingdom. Well, I would say I guess the second leader, considering Adam Cole's still technically a member. But that's where we got. This is where once you gotta go for a pin, but this is where Roderick Strong kicks out, Dax Harwood kicks out of it. This is where once Roderick Strong got back up, this is where he got into a back to belly position. This is where he gets pushed right to the upper right side. This is where he try to go. And where we got Dax Harwood going for a wheelbarrow roll up, but this is where we got Dax Harwood gets denied by Roderick Strong. Dax Harwood then went right to the upper left side turnbuckle. This is where he hits a springboard crossbody. Once you try to go for a pin, however, he only got a 2.1. Here's where we got Dax Harwood and put him up right up on the top turnbuckle in the lower left side, I believe so. Here's where he hits some knife edge chop, maintaining his spot as number 1 on Gunther's MV list. This is where we got fans like, whoa, and this is where he hit him so hard as well. Roderick Strong nearly fell off the top rope and landed right onto the left corner apron. This is where he managed to put him right back up when he was draping off the left side. And he hits another one, but Roderick Strong managed to get himself right back up. That's where we go. That's where Mike Bennett and Matt Taven's like, yeah, keep on laughing, thinking that you're gonna keep doing that for long. But our boy Roddy's gonna take you down. This is where then we got Uncle Dax the Axe was like, yeah, right. Like I would like to see that happen. This is where he didn't go for a Frankensteiner, I believe, but this is where we got Roderick Strong right onto the turnbuckles. This is where he gets hit with a Claymore. That's where we got hit with a Claymore by Roderick Strong. Once he got once Beast Mortos tagged him on his back when he ran right to the right side before he hit the Claymore. This is where we got Beast Mortos then hit a moonsault right off the top rope. But this is where Dax the Axe kicks out at 2.7. This is where Mortos was very disappointed. This is where then we got the Beast and grab onto Dax the Axe's arm and really like to go forward and back. This is where we got. This is where then he then started going for some chops right to the chest. This is where then we got Dax the Axe my chest. Like, and this is where he's like, And that's where like how I kind of could do it so devastating. This is where we got Gunther agreed on this. The number one thing he would agree with Dax, and this is where he reconsider and he put him instead. And while Dax Harwood gets the number 2 spot, while the referee was distracted by the other heels, this is where we saw Matt Taven then hit a sliding kick right into the head onto Dax Harwood. While we got Mike Bennett then start doing for stops on his own. This is where we got Roosh and Beast Mortos then started going for their respective double foot stomps onto the freshly squeezed orange of Orange Cassidy inside the ring. This is where we got Matt Taven and Mike Bennett pretending to just watching into the audience and attendance and not interfering in the match. And this is where we got them doing a little punishment on the Orange Cassidy until they set their sights right back on the Dax Harwood in a 3-on-1 disadvantage. This is where Dax Harwood eventually got back on his feet. This is where then he tags in his brother Willer. It was Orange Cassidy that made a comeback. This is where we got once he tried to go for a pin. However, after his comeback move, he got interfered and there was the meddling. I'll say meddling. There was the meddling Strong and Mortos that came in and saved Roosh. But this is where they got knocked down by the FTR. But this is where got knocked down right out of the ring. This is where we got Rooston came in and started hitting his maneuvers onto the former AEW Tag Team Champion till what's his name pulled a Bugs Bunny, Orange Cassidy, and finger poking from behind to turn him around. He's like, "Hey, you forgot just one more thing, Doc." And that's where then Roosh said in the confused response, they were like, "What?" And he's like, "This," and he picks him right up, hits him with the beach break, but he only got a 2.3 count once he got him in the pin. It was a 1.3 count. Yeah, it was barely a 1 count actually. Yeah, this is where then we got what's his name? Orange Cassidy got right up in the middle ropes. Like once Dax Harwood tried to help him out with a power driver, Roderick Strong came in and intervened, hit an insecurity kick right into the head of Orange Cassidy. Dax Harwood then tried to close on Roderick Strong out by throwing Roosh right onto the side. But this is where he got kicked right to the face. This is where he started getting hit with chops, losing to Roosh and to the envy list, like getting second while Roosh gets third. This is where we got Roosh got back up after hitting a German suplex onto Uncle Dax DX, hits him with a double knee strike right into the face. This is where he tried to go for a pin, but this is where we got Dax's meddling brother came in for the save to stop him from getting the loss. This is where we got Mortos and hit a big forearm strike. Or no, it was a big headbutt strike, actually. This is where he hit the diving corkscrew dive, going to the right side into the left side, looking like a bull tornado or tornado bull. This is where we try to clothesline Orange Cassidy out of the ring into the audience. But this is where Orange Cassidy smartly moved right out of the way. He landed right onto the Undisputed Kingdom of Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. And I guess the old saying goes is true, like what goes around comes around. This is where we got Roderick Strong, then try to go for the end of Heartache, I believe. But this is where we got the Stunt Dog Millionaire and the interception by the man that could never hit Super Ninja Austin with the Orange Punch, which is me right here talking about this match. But this is where we got what's his name? Orange Cassidy get back up. He was like, my rear end. This is where it grabbed by after landing hard onto the concrete floor. That's very unforgiving. This is where we got Roosh. Then within the ring. Well, Uncle Dax the Axe. This is where he started stomping on him. This is where we got Roosh then. So, La Faction. This is where we try to go for a double feet to the face with the double kicks. But this is where we got my boy Orange Cassidy hits the move that he will never hit me with, which is the Orange Punch out of nowhere more than the RKO is. Well, I'm not sure if it's more than the RKO out of nowhere because that can happen anytime. I mean, this happened like unexpectedly, but yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. But that's where there was like a chop off, like who should get the number 1 spot next, where Dax, after Bruce then after getting back up and recovering for the Orange Punch like 2 seconds later, which I don't know how he did not went down for the count, but it's where he hit the big right hand to the face that sent Orange Cassidy right down into the corner, like into the ringside area. But it's where they started hitting some chops on the FTR once FTR start hitting chop, including Uncle Cash the Flash Wheeler. Then start chopping him. That's where they started going back and forth with uh with them getting the top 3 spot with Uncle Dax the Axe going, I believe, second place, while Roosh stayed in first place, while Cash Wheeler's third place. But once Roosh thought he had him where he wants him, like when he was chopping him one at a time all at once, this is where he tried to go right to the right side. But this is where Orange Cassidy caught him with another orange punch. I was like, damn, he must have been double lucky. But if he was in the match against me, it would have been the complete opposite. And yeah, I hate to say it, he would have been double cursed. But anyways, this is where then we got FTR then hit the Shatter Machine to seal the deal, and the winner of this match, hometown hero FTR and freshly squeezed fruit Orange Cassidy, and a huge congratulations to those guys. Which I'll give this match the 4th place spot of the night, because yeah, it's totally rocked. And it also had something we have some kind of a more intriguing segment after the match, which it was none other than the Acclaim. He came out there, got to the point, and then and showed and obviously show what they want, what they wanted to. They show obviously what they wanted, and that is the FTR boys. This is where the Max Caster tried to talk on the microphone. This say his usual, "Hey, yo, listen," but his microphone wasn't working. This is where we got Dax Harwood hilariously was cracking some jokes and pointing out the obvious. This is where, and this is where it's and it's not. And this is where he's I think that's not just me. As a matter of fact, I think the North Carolina people hear that they don't want to talk to you tonight. This is where then Max Caster was like, what? Do they? Everybody wants to He's like, what are you talking about, Uncle Dax? I shouldn't even call you Uncle because you're not my family member. And he said, and second of all, what are you talking about? That for your information, everybody loves the Acclaim. That's why I always say on my freestyle, once I get done, roasting my opponents. And this is where then we got Uncle Dax Harwood's you look now, I do respect you, Max. And what you, he's I respect what exactly, I exactly respect you, what you did for AEW. But there's one problem though. That goes beyond All Elite Wrestling. However, this is for the AEW Tag Team Championship. He's I may not be as adequate on the mic as much as y'all are, and this is where the security team came out there, even though they do suck. But just to be on the safe side, if they do get into a fight. But this is where Dax Harwood got to the point that He's but let's get to the point and just I have nothing else to say right now. So I'm just gonna go out there and we're just gonna sell this like real man. This is where they start. They're trying to kill each other by hitting each other with fists, but luckily the security team got the most of it by preventing preventing them from doing more damages than they already been doing to one another. And some tells me this will indeed be a triple threat tag team match at All In, with the Acclaim and FTR both get a shot at the Young Bucks in a triple threat tag team match. And maybe we'll see the Acclaim get their moment by whether if they successfully pin either the FTR boys or the Young Bucks. I think, they're going to be the winners no matter what. But let me know in the comments below what your predictions are. I'm going to give my full predictions on AEW Collision in 2 weeks from the Saturday, I believe. But, let me know down in the comments below on what your take onto this matter. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about this is where then we got Christian Cage, and it's it seems like the two former World Tag Team Champions. This is where Christian Cage got to the point and said it seems like that both the trios that formerly was the championship, the Bang Bang Gang and the House of Black, want a shot at our gold. And then that's the same. And then for your information, bang bang gang, like we're y'all the exact same team that we beaten for these titles. And then as for the both of you, like I made some calls. I talked to some people in management here in All Elite Wrestling, and this weekend on Collision, like it will indeed be the House of Black versus the Bang Bang Gang. Winner gets to be determined to and become the winner gets become will be determined as the number one contender, and they get a shot at our trios gold at Wembley Stadium against the patriarchy, of course. This is where the Christian Cage then said like, and this is where the Christian Cage was and this is where it's like and asked for also for these teams like maybe they should need some discipline and some order into this contest but or maybe they just need a father. And that's why I'm just gonna be the special guest referee in this match, in that said match. And this is where then he tell each of the members of the respective factions that he'll see the six of them this coming Saturday. And this is where we move on to the next slide. This is where we got Camille coming out next. She has her match against these two enhancement talents. And I was like, man, what is up with AEW getting her over by squashing some jobbers? Like, no disrespect to the jobbers, but they should be worthy of facing someone like Camille size. Like, she should be facing somebody that's like a full-timer in AEW, with all due respect on the jobbers. Like, I mean, they do sometimes do put on some pretty impressive fights, but when it comes to facing big guys or gals like her, it's not really competition. Like, what's the point of even doing this? It's a too easy win. Like, why don't they have somebody that's actually like full time in AEW? Like, whether if they're Ring of Honor exclusive or in the AEW roster, like someone like a Red Velvet or Lady Frost, even though she lose too many damn matches. But my point is, like, have somebody that she could just squash them to the ground, or even Harley Cameron or who else that's in the roster? Like, just name them down in the comments. You get the point. Like, Camille looks like if she's a main event level women's wrestler, especially with her aligning with Mercedes Moné, the double champion from both AEW and New Japan, like is the strong women's and TBS champion. But before we do get the match, we got another vignette of Hologram, and I'm wondering what's next for him. Like, I believe there's the hype up in his next match for AEW Collision. But let me know who's he gonna face this Saturday down in the comments. But anyway, this is where we got you do get the 2-on-1 handicap match, which I'm assuming it's a tornado tag match with Mercedes Moné happily watching it in ringside, right onto near the left side apron. With the New Japan Strong Women's Championship around her waist, while she got the TBS Championship around her shoulders. This is where we got this is where then these the enhancement talent that are named what's their names? I totally forgot. I need to search them up real fast. This is where it was. It was Jasmine Howe, and Clara Carter. But yeah, there's not that much to talk about. She just basically clobbered both of them at the same time. Once the bell rung, this is where I believe she grabbed Clara. This is where she, or no, it was the. I don't know. Like, I've totally forgot already. I don't know. This is where she started squashing one of them, like Irish woman to the upper right, bottom right side. This is where then she hits a big boot right into the face on the other. This is where she was beating both of them, like if there was two of hers rather than one, like the way she fought. This is where did she grab this Jasmine Howe girl. This is where she picked her up, put her right on the shoulders. This is where then she did this torture rack maneuver, like by squeezing her, like bending her until she spun her around into like a blue thunder bomb like maneuver. That's the actual, I guess, powerful maneuver, and I guess in Simon's eyes, in all of professional wrestling. This is where then she's like yeah, and this is where then Mercedes Moné was watching in the proud, prideful manner, but there's yeah, you go, girl, like yeah, like show who's the brick house in the business, like into this Moné corporation house, and this is where then she picks up I believe was Clara. This Clara girl, this is where she put it right into the. This is where the fans start chanting CEO, and that catchphrase never, not catchphrase, this nickname never gets old. Like the chant, like when the CEO is in the building. This is where like once she finally got. This is where once she hit Claire with the Dominator maneuver, she pinned both girls by putting them right beside each other to get the 1, 2, 3. And the winner of this match, Camille, and I was like, if this was actually a match, I would have gave this match probably at least the third place spot. Like just saying, because like this was not a boring match, but at the same time, it's not really like the best match. Like to be honest, but this is where we got Mercedes Moné then put her foot on one of the jobbers, like on their midsection, like Chris Jericho would have done, like if he was in the squashing match. But this is where then we got. And that's where then she introduced the fans in North Carolina to the Brick House Camille. This is where then she then did her little pose, like looking like I guess a brick house, I guess you could put it. But this is where we got and this is where we got Camille then did it again, like last week. If she was Britney Spears, if Britney Spears was like 6 feet some inches, I don't know exactly in particular. But this is where then the CEO then shout out to North Carolina. She was like, please say hello to the CEO. And I guess I said a quick hello, even though I was not in North Carolina, of course. But this is where but the point is, like, yeah, this is where she then she fortunately she unfortunately noted the fans that Britt Baker's not there tonight, and I was saying like, dang, like that's very unfortunate for the fans. Like even though I was not in attendance, like, but this is very bad. Like this is very bad not to see the DMD in the building. I guess it's for the best, like because so she don't. I guess you could say terrorize the CEO, but yeah, it's for the best, but. At the same time, yeah, it's not fun to not see the DMD, but luckily we did got the chance to see Dr. Britt Baker. But this is where then she gave thanks to the EVPs and kayfabe. She is suspended, but it seemed like that's going to be lifted very soon. And it's, let's say in reality, it's not just because not because of that, but we all know the real. For those that are in the IWC, y'all know why Britt Baker is suspended. But but in kayfabe is because of her getting into it with Mercedes Moné at Comic-Con back a couple weeks ago. But yeah, this is where then she was like, and this like since she's gonna be suspended, and then this is where she was like, and that means like if she's gonna be suspended long enough for the rest of the month, like you know what that means. This is where she was getting excited. This is where I was dying with laughter. I was like, really, she's gonna get this enthusiastic right now? Like, and I was like, yeah, like you know what? Like I'm giving her Goofy Wrestling of the Night award as well, next to Brian Keith. Like these two are definitely were the goofiest wrestlers, and most of the times they literally are in general as well. Like, but yeah, this is where she was like, you know what that means? Like I don't have to face her at AEW All In. This is where the Camille's like yeah. And this is where then Mercedes Moné then asked Camille, like, is this very sweet? Like, how sweet is this? This is where Camille then I'm not saying break character, more likely like she like this is the first time I saw her break a smile, and then she was like, yeah, that's very sweet, CEO. And this is where did you start laughing? She's like, yeah, and that's where then Mercedes Moné then she then continued saying like, yeah, like I hate to be the one to break it to you guys, but the DMD is not here. Like, and this is where the fans are chanting DMD just a little bit. And this is where I was like, and I was thinking to myself, like, make up your mind, fans. Like, is it the CEO or DMD? I mean, it's one thing for having preferences of liking both wrestlers, but liking one and despising the other, like, that's kind of hypocritical. But that's a different story for a different day. But this is where we got Mercedes Moné's like, you know what? And this where then she's like, like they always say Britt Baker's the first, like, but never the best though. And that's where then she gave a huge grin while saying it. This is where she was like, but these two titles, like this is like they are that shows that I am the best in AEW. And this where then and this is where Tony Schiavone interrupted. She was like, and this is where he said, this is where he's like, pardon me, CEO. And then I was like, man, what is up with everybody saying that is their nickname? Like, just like yours truly, the host of the SNA podcast. Like, and it just never gets tiring to say, like, just saying, like whether if you're saying it by showing support of cheering her on, or even just saying it as they're referring her as their nickname, because it is. But anyway, this is where we got Tony Schiavone's like, yeah, up here on the stage, this is where Tony Schiavone's like, we do understand that. We do have Britt Baker, like, even though she's not here, but via satellite, which he's like, and he asked the people in the production, like, if they may, and he's like, is she standing by? This is where then Britt Baker's like, hey, Mercedes, like, even if like I wish I could be there, like, so I could wipe that stupid smile off your face. Doing a little taping on the Cobra Kai series on Netflix. But anyway, this is where she continues saying, like she said, but she's like, despite that, like, I see it through, like, unlike you, Mercedes. And then this is where then she continues, like, I don't think this is just I don't just think that AEW is a place that you're staying temporarily. Like, I see it as home. Like, and this is where then she added, saying, you keep walking your walk and talking your talk and counting all your money or whatnot. Like, and she's like, but this ends right here not right here, but like she said, like, it's gonna end in the next couple of weeks, like in Wembley Stadium at All In. And then like, and that's when I become the new TBS champion. And this is where she's like, and I'm gonna be the double crown champion and be the first one to ever do so. And that's by defeating Mercedes Moné in August 25th. And this is where she's like, how do you like the sound of that? And this is where Mercedes Moné hilariously start responding by saying, no, you're not going to win this championship. You're never, ever going to win this. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not even in the next couple of weeks at Wembley Stadium in London. And this is where she's like, you're going to forget that. Like, you might as well go for other championship. Or you might as well go to Tony or Willow once they're done with Chris and Mariah, respectively. But you're not going to you're not going to take these championships away from me, let alone facing me at the Wembley Stadium show. This is where Britt Baker was like, in response was like, if you doubt, and this was like, and if you think for a second that you're gonna figure out there's not gonna be a way that I'm gonna do that, and if you think there's gonna be a way that you're gonna avoid me, well, don't keep focusing on that.